and welcome to New York Socialites. My name is Rachel, and I am here with my oldest friend, Gretchen, and we have some thoughts about some things. We have a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on out in the world, and we are here to talk about just a little slice of it tonight.
Yeah.
But we want to kick things off by saying congratulations to Dua Lipa.
Yes. Dua Lipa and Callum Turner. They seem like a really sweet little couple.
She did it. She married
Yeah.
the world's most British man. Congratulations to Dua Lipa.
I actually saw
You did it.
somewhere that he's in the running for 007, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but apparently he's like at the top of the list, which
Well,
is surprising.
he's so English. And
Yeah.
I feel like when we're talking about 007, all of the people that we have been convinced would be on that list have aged out, including
Yeah.
somehow Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Has
So
he aged out?
he's my age. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know what we're doing here.
I feel like Daniel Craig was like in his 40s, wasn't he? I
He
mean, they all said he was too
was.
old, but I actually think Theo James would be great, but he's also probably in
Also
his 40s,
too
probably.
old. But
Yeah.
I think Theo James would be great. He was really great kind of doing that sort of thing on that Netflix's The Gentleman
Yeah, I love The
show.
Gentleman. So good.
I
Yeah.
loved that show. I loved
Yeah.
that A, it had nothing to do with The Gentleman the movie, so don't let that scare you.
Yeah.
B, Guy Ritchie was only kind of tangentially involved, so don't let that scare you. C, the tweed budget on that show out of control.
Oh my God, the outfits. Yes, I really enjoyed that show. There were moments. It's definitely like difficult watch sometimes, but also really funny. And they're doing another season. It's coming out. So, yeah,
But I can't wait. I can't wait for the tweed.
I know the tweed. All, but yeah, I think he'd be a great James Bond. But I've also like really liked him ever since he was in this like PBS miniseries like 10 years ago. So like,
Which one?
it was called Sanditon. I think it's like Jane Austen's unfinished novel or something that they finished it for this miniseries.
Love that.
Yeah. Very. Yeah. Anyways, but so congrats to Dua Lipa. You know, her. I loved the look, but the Schiaparelli, like, what's going on with their, like,
With the construction,
yeah, it was so
there
disappointing.
was something going on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I did love the look and I loved this choice. If you're having a civil ceremony in a
Yeah.
courthouse, this is exactly what you want to be wearing. If you're
Yeah.
doing it in England, you have to have that big hat. It was all working. But then, yeah, when people are showing the close ups and there was something going
Yeah.
on, I thought that it was cutouts on the skirt at first, like a Kim K on the lawyer show. But then it turned out that that was actually the lining of the jacket was showing.
No, I actually saw. So Schiaparelli must have like gotten defensive, and they put out a whole construction thing on their
Oh, okay.
Instagram, and it's actually
Set
like
the
a
record
corset.
straight.
Yeah, it's actually like a nude colored corset that's underneath it. Yeah, but
Okay.
it looked weird, and it was
It
like
did look
bunching up
weird.
the skirt, so it looked like the skirt wasn't properly made. Um,
Yeah, you had to
so
know you were going to be doing some stairs in that outfit.
yeah, it was weird. It was very off. I mean, in the images that Scott really put out, like it looks gorgeous, but then in action, it definitely like the flaws were very visible, which
Yeah.
it just
Which
makes
you
me a little
really hate to
sad.
see.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that this happens sometimes with bridal, although this was not very bridal look. A lot of times, people will get fitted for their wedding dress, but then they will just continue to lose weight. We
oh
saw this
yeah,
happen to Meghan Markle when she got married, and that thing was falling off of her. So it could have been a little bit of that.
yeah. That's true. That I've heard of that happening to many people.
Yeah.
But it was a great look. Like, I loved the concept. I thought that was lovely. And yeah, congrats to them. I guess they're having a big wedding in Europe sometime next couple weeks. So
Love that for them. I feel yeah, if there's one thing that Dua Lipa knows how to do, it's party in Europe.
true.
So,
She is like she's definitely an it girl right now. So
yes.
she's bringing it girl energy to her wedding.
I love that. And I love that she was everyone thinks that Taylor Swift is going to get married on June 1st. So guess when we're getting married?
First.
June 1st.
I actually kind of love that. Yeah, I've also we need to make some predictions about Taylor Swift's wedding at some point because I have a lot of thoughts and there's a lot of messy invites, like people, her
Yeah.
friends who are dating her exes and her exes who are her, in circles with other people. Yeah, just like kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. So we will get into it for sure, but
Yeah.
um
It's Oh, in other news, also, this is going to interest Stephanie probably more than it does us, but Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are back in court
what?
figuring out the damages.
Jesus Christ.
The judge asked them back this past week to kind of figure out the monetary damages of the suit where Justin was suing Blake. So I'm not really totally sure how that whole thing shook out. It came
Oh,
across my feed that we're not quite done with this story.
there's nothing that gives me more anxiety than a lawsuit, and this whole
Same.
thing is giving me so much anxiety.
I
And
feel like we need to let these people move on.
let them move on. Like I mean, if she's still friends with Taylor Swift, she has a wedding to help plan. Like, let her move on.
Well, I
And
don't think she's on the planning
really, well,
committee.
maybe not. You're right. I wonder if she'll be invited. I'm sure she'll be invited, but
I don't know. I mean, I
really,
guess she has to be invited.
yeah,
It's tough. I feel like your wedding isn't really like the time to be shady unless you're
yeah,
Taylor Swift.
true. Taylor
Like,
Swift, famously shady.
yeah, there's not a
Though,
bad time to be shady when you're Taylor.
yeah, that's true. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I do want to report I did watch Off Campus.
Yay, did you like it?
I really liked it. It went down really easy. I was so impressed by these Gen Z men.
Yeah.
I What a delightful bunch of men written by a woman. Like, I enjoyed it very much.
It's an absolute fantasy land.
Yeah, I was like, is this
And
what this is? Are they like in college right now? Like, that would be nice, but I don't think it is.
I
So,
don't think it is, but that's where I would like to have gone to college.
yeah, all these hot hockey players who are also sweet. Like,
They're hot and sweet, and they're sweet when no one is looking, which is
yes.
so interesting.
And there's like no locker room talk. It's all about, making women orgasm. It's, you know,
Nobody
consent.
mentioned the size of that girl's rack even once.
True.
Like
True.
it, yeah, I've mentioned it like seven
More than they
times,
did.
many more times than they have. They're much more respectful than I am.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I guess it's like kind of like Bridgerton. They're going to jump around to couples per season.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, which I love.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the next season.
Yeah.
I don't think I finished this season yet, but
I think
it's
I
on my
did.
list.
I might have fallen asleep at the end though, so I think I might need to just re make sure I saw that. I think like episode 3 I fell asleep halfway through too, so I have to rewatch it. But very good show. I mean, it's pure fluff, but it's also quite endearing to see all these nice men. And
Yeah,
there are heavy subjects. I do deal with like assault and stuff like that. So,
there were heavy
uh,
subjects. It was handled a little bit strangely, but maybe that's how Gen Z is handling these things.
yeah, yeah. And I do hear Gen Z in general is really gravitating more towards healthy dynamics on TV because the world is so messed up. So they like
Hmm.
happier shows. So this is one of them, I guess. But
Okay, so it's like
yeah.
escapism for them too.
Mm,
Like we don't think that like this mirrors how Gen Z are all like behaving in college right now. This is kind of just like a
maybe.
fantasy land that they would like to live in.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It just sort of an interesting foil to like the teen soaps that used to be on our TV, like
Yeah,
One
because that
Tree
stuff was like
Hill.
truly toxic. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
plot lines were toxic, the sets were toxic,
Everything
behind
was
the scenes
toxic.
was toxic.
Oh my God. Yeah, just a lot of. Yeah, I think that this is, in some ways, it's a lot more grounded, though I do like in reality in some ways, than One Tree Hill or Gossip Girl or whatever I used to watch.
Sure.
But it does feel still a little bit like a fantasy, though I haven't been to college in a long time, so I don't know. But
I mean, I haven't been to college in a long time either, but like, I don't think people are as interested in hockey as this show would have us believe, first of all.
what I'm learning as I work partially on schools, and what I'm learning is every school tends to have a sport that they focus on, and sometimes it's wrestling. Wrestling kind of grosses me out just because it's sweaty people touching each other a lot, and I
Yeah.
don't like other people sweat on me.
Yeah.
I sometimes it's hockey, but that place looks way too warm. Like it's definitely California. It's supposed to be like near Boston, I think, but it's definitely California.
Yeah.
That place looks much too warm to support hockey.
It does. It's
It's
everybody's wardrobe
fur.
is really confusing.
It is, and it was like Halloween, and nothing was colorful. Yeah, it just, um, yeah. But I do think the men on there are pretty hot, and it's a nice female watch, I guess, for the female gaze. I would
Yeah,
say,
it's for the
yeah,
female gaze.
yeah,
We
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah. Though I do still defend that I don't care. I guess maybe if you're like a little bit more left-brained than me, it would be harder, but I still think philosophy is the easiest course to pass. And Garrett Graham, no matter how smart he was, should have been able to figure that out. But
I feel like
whatever.
it's confusing though, because like philosophy, like it's easy to kind of like bullshit your way around the concepts, but like if you need to remember, like if it was, you know, Kierkegaard or Nietzsche and there's like a quote, like some people's brains just can't.
Well, that's the thing. In the show, he says he can memorize, but he can't argue. And I'm like,
Oh, well then,
arguing
yeah,
is.
no, he should be doing much better in this class. Like argument, like you just have to remember what their argument was. You
Yeah,
don't have to make a
literally.
philosophical argument. Nobody wants
Literally.
the philosophical argument of an 18-year-old. No one is
he
asking
kept
for that.
he kept saying like, "Oh, how can there be two truths at once? How can there be two things that are true?" And I'm like, you don't have to believe it. You just have to know how to argue it. Like
Yeah,
it's
like
so
what did the philosophers say? Like you don't.
yeah. And she says the most obvious thing, and then he's like, "Oh, that's why I need you." And I'm like, guys, that
I think that
guys,
maybe he's bad at philosophy the way that Lindsay Lohan was bad at math in Mean Girls. Like maybe he's actually really good at philosophy and he's just trying to
okay,
like get a little bit of
get a little bit of
tutor
Hannah in
time.
her life, in his life. Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be that might be. Um, though I guess maybe I have no idea. I know that male brains do work differently. Maybe they truly can't understand that two things can be true at once. I don't know. So
That's,
some men,
yeah.
or at least men under 25, I don't know.
I guess it depends on the man.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to generalize, but I do know there is evidence, obviously, that male and female brains do work a little differently. So,
Hence
especially,
the
yeah.
reason that this show exists. It's for the female brain and the female gaze.
Yeah. It is. It is.
It's for the philosophy majors and the drama majors
Yeah,
and the hockey
yeah.
majors.
And the hockey majors. There's even the culinary guy in there, the guy who
Right?
cooks.
There's a guy, like,
Yeah,
basically, like,
there's every type of guy. There's a
I
guy
feel
who
like,
fixes things. There's a guy who cooks.
isn't there, that's one of the plot lines in High School Musical, too, is like the one guy is a jock, but he, like, really wants to cook.
I don't know. I
I
never
feel
saw
like
High School Musical.
this show was written by a chatbot that was just, like, fed all of the millennial influences,
Yeah, I mean, it was a book who probably written by a woman who absorbed
who
the
probably
millennial.
is a
Yeah.
millennial.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So basically, yes, it was written by you know, someone who ingested all the millennial stuff. And I never saw High School Musical. I saw Camp Rock. Um,
Very similar vibes.
okay. I was at trivia the other day when I was out of town for work, and did you know Camp Rock got a much higher score on Rotten Tomatoes than Wet Hot American Summer? That was like one of the
That
questions.
is
I
shocking.
know.
But Rotten Tomatoes didn't exist when Wet Hot American Summer came out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
That might be part of it.
Also, it's like kind of a hard movie to understand. Like you have to really. I
Is
mean,
it though?
no, that's the thing. It's like you have to be okay with it being dumb, and
Yeah, you
I
have to
think,
enjoy that kind of comedy.
and I don't think everyone is okay with it being dumb. Like I don't know, but everyone I've talked to loves that movie, so I
Just
don't
feel like
know.
they need to, yeah, like if they didn't like it, they need to watch it again. Like
Yeah, watch it again.
it's one of the greats.
I know.
It's
It's
got all the
literally
good things.
it's got all the good things. Yeah, so I that was an interesting tidbit that I learned. But
I mean, Camp Rock is very good. It has Demi Lovato and one of the Jonases, maybe more than one of the
it definitely
Jonases.
has Joe Jonas. I remember
Joe
that.
Jonas. Yep.
Yeah, and that was in his like straight hair phase, I think.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, when everybody kind of had that like My
That
Chemical
like
Romance, like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I
it was pretty important.
It was a movie. Yes.
It was a movie. I don't know. My kids really enjoy the song that she sings at the end, the
Oh.
"This Is Me" song from Camp Rock.
Oh, I just had like a flashback of it. This is me. Here I am. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have not heard that song in forever. Oh my
they
god,
really
that's
love it.
so funny. Okay, yeah, that's hilarious. But no, off campus, I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was, as teen soaps go, I think it's a very good one. It has healthy messages for the most part. It's sex
Yes,
positive.
this is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
yeah, whatever it's doing it right, and we
Mm-hmm.
want to keep seeing it.
Yes,
We are
yeah.
on board with off campus.
On board with off campus, and I do think Garrett Graham is very hot. He's like
He
definitely my
is very
type.
hot.
He's very much my type. Yeah. I don't know anything else that actor's been in, but he's very hot. I was trying to. Someone asked me what my type was. I'm like, I don't think I have a type, but everyone I have dated kind of look or like liked in a serious way. Kind of looks like they could be from like an 18th century painting.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, or 19th century. Yeah, so I guess that's my type.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you're out there and you're like a Garrett Graham 18th century painting
I'm
type,
available. Yeah, I'm available. I'm single.
hit us up.
Oh my god.
We can set this up.
Yeah, the podcast is just a dating app for me now.
Yeah, you guys thought we had opinions on things. We're really just trying to pair people off.
We can have it. We can make this a dating show one day. We'll just interview people for dates.
God, this is a great idea.
I actually would love that. I just think that's such a sociologically like interesting scenario.
My God, yes, it is.
I just love seeing how people behave around new people and when they're nervous, and I just think it's like fascinating. But
So if you're out there and you're single, send your submission and probably a headshot to nysophilites@gmail.com.
yeah, kind of like We're Here to Help had like a friend match game. They did that. Yeah.
And we are here to help you go on a date with Gretchen.
Yep. Yep. You might need to travel. Sorry, I have a dog, but
It's
I
a
guess the
really
dog's
cute
fine.
dog.
Yeah. She was a little nuts this evening, but now she's calmed down. Anyways, other thing that's big right now is Widow's Bay, another TV show that's big.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we've kind of like false started talking about Widow's Bay a couple of times because we were hoping that Stephanie would be able to join us. She's still indisposed, but she also loves Widow's Bay. We can't like even bury the lead. We love Widow's Bay.
It's really good. It's scary. It's spooky to me. Okay, there will be some spoilers about
Yeah,
these,
okay.
just
So
you know.
spoilers for most of Widow's Bay. I think we've seen up to episode 8, which is the episode that has aired this week, but I didn't watch
I haven't
episode
watched
8. So we've
episode
seen
8, yeah.
through episode 7.
Yeah. The clown really scared me. I have had a thing against clowns for most of my life. Due to a recurring nightmare that I had as a child. Don't ask me about it. I don't know where it came from. But I do not like clowns, so that freaked me out. But I knew that guy was fishy. I didn't know he was going to be a
Right?
clown, but I knew he was fishy.
I feel like there were enough breadcrumbs to tell you that he was going to be the clown so that like you were not really surprised when he was the clown.
Yeah.
But also like, you know, you had to know that there was a clown coming because we were doing all this Stephen King tropes. So like at some
Yeah,
point, you know there's
yeah,
gonna be a clown,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
know there's gonna be like a haunted hotel
Mm-hmm.
where like a room in a hotel where you're kind of like out of time, which I thought was like interesting. Like there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
nods to a lot of different Stephen King stories in particular
Mm-hmm.
in this episode.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
that was a good episode. And I loved
yeah.
like the board games in that episode.
They were crazy. Like they were. What was one? I can't remember what they're called, but they really like made me
There was
laugh.
one called Teeth, and it just was a pair of pliers in a
Yeah,
box.
yeah, that was so funny. I think like yeah, this it's the show's kind of genius. It's just it's
It's
funny and
so
weird
funny.
and yeah and
Yeah, scary funny is such a hard
mm-hmm,
like needle to thread, but like there were so many moments like in these episodes where like I was like getting really scared and I was like I don't really
mm-hmm,
love scary stuff either. So like I was like
mm-hmm.
getting nervous and I was like almost gonna turn it off and then the next line was like a laugh out loud
Yeah,
line or
yeah,
like
yeah.
a sight gag that was just so funny.
I
So like
know. Yeah, it yeah, when that like sea hag was the sea hag did freak me out too.
oh my God, the sea
Yeah.
hag.
And it's
That
just
was wild.
funny how the mayor just ignores it all. He's like, fuck it, I'm going into the ocean and fuck it, like I don't care. And he's like, yeah, yeah, and then like a sea hag just shows up
I just
at
have so
his
many
house.
questions for him because he clearly knows
Yeah.
that something is going on in this town, right? Because like he knows what happened to his wife
Mm-hmm.
and like we're beginning to see the threads of like something very spooky happened to his wife and
Yeah.
he obviously was aware of that and he doesn't let his son off the
Yeah, I
island,
was
so
gonna say his son hasn't left, right? Yeah.
he knows something is up and like you know maybe he's avoidant or maybe he doesn't want to like admit it to himself or whatever the thing is, but it's not like he doesn't know that
Yeah.
something is happening.
It's very bizarre. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like clearly
Yeah.
he's just so frustrated with everyone who is telling him what's very clear and he also knows and it's just so funny. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
It's yeah. I think it's so funny and like I it is like setting up kind of like a good mystery about like what did
Mhm.
happen to his wife
Mhm.
and how might that be connected to like the haunting and
Mhm.
yeah, I love Stephen Root. I think he's so funny.
Which
I
one's Steven
love
Root?
Stephen Root is the oh gosh, what is his name? He's like the other guy that the older guy that
Yeah,
has the
yeah.
boat.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know what his
And
name.
it's also nice to see Matthew Reese be funny because I don't we don't usually see him be very funny.
I
Yeah,
know.
and he's like such a good like kind of dry straight man
Oh my
and
God, he's
yeah,
so funny. He's like
yeah.
up at 11 the entire time.
Mhm.
Very, very funny. He's freaked out and like
Mhm.
he's kind of like the audience avatar for like how freaked out should we be.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was so funny in the scene where like he they like had the town leader from like, you know, the original town
Mhm.
founder and they're like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, we dug him up. He's upstairs. He's in the bedroom upstairs." And they like he's like sneaking over there and he's like passing the pad of paper back and forth and it's so slow and it's so silent. And then Hamish Linklater's like, "Oh, I forgot to write something down." Matthew Reese like jumped across the
I
room. I
know,
was
oh
like,
my
this is
God.
so brilliant.
I know. I also love, I mean, this is like a very minor scene, but in the beginning when they send it just like was a good like stage setting scene where they send the New York Times reporter over to the historical society and she's just talking about like all the people dying in like mysterious ways. He's like, was there cannibalism? And there's like, it's like
And
no.
Matthew Reese is like, I don't think so.
Yeah, and then there was
No.
like he's like not for 3 days. Like that's not that long. Yeah,
It's not that long.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
No, as a
yeah.
person that works in municipal government in a small town that like a lot of people have some like not so nice things to say about sometimes, I really feel this show.
Oh.
It's like kind of like an
Yeah.
interesting foil to Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's such a good point. I never thought about that, but it is a very good foil to Parks and Rec.
right?
Yeah.
We're like it might be like a little bit spooky in this town, but like also it's the new Nantucket Island or whatever.
Yeah, it's a new Nantucket. Yeah. yeah, that was. I do feel, yeah, and it is funny that he's kind of so relentlessly not optimistic, but sort of tunnel vision in the same way like Leslie Knope is. Yeah, it's kind of
Yes.
funny. Yeah.
I love it. And I love that, like, now, I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, but it seems to me that, like, what is his name? Wit? Is that the Stephen
Oh,
Root character?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wit, he was the previous mayor of the town, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Yeah.
he's like so, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that that was interesting too, how, like, the behavior that you see in him about, like, not wanting to let go control of the town, you see that, like, really amplified
Mm-hmm.
with the founder on the boat, where he's like, well, maybe I just, like, want to live, maybe I don't want to go into the ocean, maybe I want to
Yeah.
stay forever. And, like,
Yeah.
it didn't seem sinister when Stephen Root was saying it before, but now you're like, oh, like,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to let go control of the town and let somebody else be mayor.
Yeah. No,
So
it's a very like complex. It's a kind of a like interesting character studies too on top of everything. Like it's so well done. Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
so well done. I love it. I
Yeah.
love the oh my God, the woman that has the drinks, the sunset
I
drinks.
felt so bad for her. I just
She's
feel
so
bad for
funny.
her. I feel like everyone is so mad at her, and then she throws that weird party, and oh my god. I was like, where are we going with this? Nothing scary is happening.
I thought that we were gonna get a little bit of, like, Carrie, because of the way that,
Yeah.
I guess, kind of like what she was wearing, and, like, the way that the camera was placed during her speech, where it was like
Yeah.
kind of like a low angle shot of her, and she was like kind of up on a stage giving a speech. I was like, oh, are they gonna carry her? But
Mm-hmm.
the actual payoff was so much better.
Oh my god. And the mayor was like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't understand any of that speech. And I was like, what does he mean? It's all these animals, cut up animals in the punch.
My God, it
Oh my
was so
god.
good.
It was, yeah. And yeah, like I didn't even catch on when they saw her like reading all through the night at the picnic table. I should have caught on that something was off. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
guess because she does weird stuff all the time, so it's
Yeah, she's
like,
a little off
yeah.
anyways. Yeah. But, and she just wants friends. I feel bad for her.
I
She just
know.
wants
Now, what do
friends.
we think about, like, there's some discrepancy in her story about, like, maybe the boogeyman did attack her, maybe not. Like, what do we
Hmm.
think about that?
I mean, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that something happened, but
Too.
yeah, I
And
don't
I think it's
know.
interesting too, like, the connection between, like, the urban legend of the boogeyman about,
Mm-hmm.
they, like, kind of, like, Rasputined him, they, like, shot him and stabbed him and hung him, and he wouldn't die, so they had to put him under the ground, and, like, that's the same thing that, like, actually happened to the
Yeah,
founder. So, like,
yeah,
you know, what connection is
yeah,
there, if
yeah.
any? Um, but yeah, and I also think that, like, they went to, like, great lengths to talk about, like, oh, well, once my bloodline is gone, then the curse will be lifted. But, like,
Mm-hmm.
we're not all the way through the season yet. So, like, obviously someone from his bloodline still exists on the island.
Yeah,
Who do we
yeah.
think it might be?
Oh, I don't know.
And do we think that it's Tom's son?
Oh, is that his father-in-law all along?
I mean, that would be wild. But maybe,
Yeah,
like, an ancestor of
yeah,
his. Yeah.
yeah,
Tom's wife's ancestor was the founder,
yeah.
maybe.
Interesting. Yeah, because she was the one who was from there. Yeah.
But also, I didn't kind of catch this, but I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about this, and apparently one of the, like, kids that's friends with Tom's son,
Mm-hmm.
that actor also appears in the flashback to
What? I
the,
didn't
like,
notice that.
colonial times, and I think you were, like, kind of not supposed to notice it unless you were paying very close attention.
Okay.
So maybe there's
Maybe
something
there's
going on
something
there, some, like,
there.
immortal folks.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, this is like such an interesting show. Yeah.
I love, like, a little puzzle box show. I love a funny horror show. I love
Yeah.
Hamish Linklater on a funny horror show. I'm so sad that I don't think he'll be joining us for the rest of the
Oh,
season,
yeah.
because I'm pretty
Oh,
sure that he turned to dust.
yeah. But, and this is
But
the
he was
final
very funny.
episode, or are there 10 episodes?
That's
Do
a
you
good
know?
question. I don't know.
It's so nice to have like summer TV because sometimes it just really goes down, and I was really
It
struggling for a couple days.
is.
So I hope there's 10 episodes,
I
but
hope
I'll
there
look
are
for that.
10. We don't know. Other summer TV, though, is coming. So, like, House of the
Okay,
Dragon is coming back. That'll be
I haven't
fun.
watched that yet. I guess I should watch it.
It's, I don't know, like, if you like Game of Thronesy stuff,
Okay.
fun might be the wrong word because it's about, like, everybody killing everybody else's
Yeah.
children.
Okay, so there are 10 episodes just to update you. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness that there's
Yeah.
10 episodes. So that'll get us through to the House of the Dragon
Yeah.
airing.
And then maybe there'll be some good reality TV. I really haven't watched reality TV in a long time, but I feel like everyone's talking about Summer House. Should I
My
watch Summer
God.
House? I don't know.
I just don't know. I feel like I'm not vibing with Summer House because I know a lot of people who are like adults who on the weekend do go to the Hamptons to act like children. And what I have to say is that that is a level of privilege that I just like cannot engage with.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true. I haven't really encountered that level of privilege in many years, so I guess it doesn't annoy me yet. Again, like it used to annoy me when I knew those people, but
there are several adult men on that show who like aspire to be DJs. It's just like the vibes are not good for me.
yeah, yeah. Who? I mean, I mean, obviously there are DJs. I
DJs are a real thing.
I
Watch
just
out, ladies.
I
DJs are out
don't
there.
I don't want to be mean, and I this probably just shows how ignorant I am.
You
But
always have permission to be mean on the
I
podcast.
just don't get the job of DJ. Like, can't you just put together a playlist? Like, I'm sorry. I know that that's probably controversial. I'm sure there are great DJs. I just don't get it. I'm
I think that a
sorry.
DJ would tell you that that's a cop out. Now, I also don't know what the skill of being a DJ actually is.
Yeah.
I watched 15 minutes of the movie We Are Your Friends,
Oh,
which did not
it did not help.
illuminate this at all.
Yeah.
Um, but I learned that I could like find playlists with like certain like
Yeah, certain
tempos,
RPMs or
certain
whatever.
RPMs
Yeah.
for exercising.
Yeah.
So that was useful information. But
But like, if you know the RPMs, like, can't you just come up with a playlist and put it
well,
together?
I think that like the idea is
You read the room.
that yeah, you read the room and you try to
Okay.
like cultivate a
Okay.
vibe. And then like you have to use, you don't have like every single song and like
Yeah.
instrument and like thing at your disposal, so you have to kind of like think on your feet, and it's
Okay.
probably like
Okay.
for people who have ADD, I think it's probably like a fun activity to do to be a DJ.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I can see that. I guess it's partially live entertainment. And I mean, Idris Elba was DJing in Brooklyn recently, right? Someone just walked in, or Queens or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He's been a DJ this entire time.
Yeah. He's been a DJ this whole time. I
And
just
like
feel like it's
we
more of a
forget
hobby.
until Coachella every year, but so is Paris Hilton.
I know. I remembered that because it just kind of annoys me. I'm like, oh, she needed a job, and so she's like,
And
I'll
now
DJ.
Bjork.
Is she a DJ?
She so you know how they have that like right before the Cannes Film Festival, they have some sort of like art festival in Venice. And she was DJing at one of the events.
Oh my God. So see,
it was adorable.
There must be some skills that I just don't understand. Just like wedding DJs, I don't get it. Like if you're,
Well, that's different. No, if
Yeah.
you're a wedding DJ, there's no skills and you just play the playlist.
yeah, that's what I don't get. Like, why hire a
It's-
wedding DJ? I know, like, okay, yes, festival DJs. Okay,
I think that the more
maybe I can
confusing part
see-
is why both of those jobs have the same title, because I don't think that they're the same.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, why do, you know, why does a sign painter, why is a house painter called a painter? And
Yes,
like,
okay,
an
so
oil
like
painter called a painter. I don't
that's
know.
exactly it. So the wedding DJ is for sure the house painter, and then like Paris Hilton is like, you know,
That's
Botticelli.
Cecily Brown. Yeah.
I don't
She's
know.
the Botticelli of DJs. Let's ask Paris Hilton if she knows who Botticelli is. I feel like, yeah. I mean, I And like, but and I okay, I will say I have been to parties very probably a long time ago where like the DJ was like really making it work and it like everyone had a great time. And I can see that. I just don't really get how that's a full-time job. I don't know.
And
It's
now
more, seems like more of a
there,
hobby.
I don't think that it is a full-time job. I think, you know, for the like 1% of people for
Yeah.
whom professionally doing music is a full-time job, DJing could be a full-time job. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's like Steve Aoki, I would consider DJing to be his full-time job,
Yeah. He's
probably.
a celebrity DJ. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like in the way that any professional musician has a full-time job, but it's like
Yeah.
so rare. Like the people on Summer House, that is not their full-time job because then they go back to their non-summer houses during the year and during the week and have actual jobs.
Do they go back during the week on the
Well, they
show?
have to, yeah, because they have to go to work. So they're
Oh,
they're renting a summer house in the Hamptons
okay.
where they go on the weekends.
But they rent it all week long, so they're paying for the week. The days are not there.
I think that's how it works. I think that's how Hamptons
That
rentals
makes me
work.
so upset. Like, why are you paying for the days you're not there? But I guess
I
you have
mean,
to
if you
work.
can work remotely, you can work from your summer house, I
Yeah,
guess.
I guess
And if you're
so.
a DJ.
If you're a DJ, yeah. Yeah.
But no, one of the woman, Sierra from Summer House, I'm pretty sure she's a nurse.
Oh my God. But she doesn't have regular hours usually. Like, nurses don't always have regular hours.
I don't know. There's something about like people in Long Island, they find a way. Like
Yeah,
it's a whole different culture out
that's true.
there.
They do find a way to party more than some other people. Yeah. Long Island is a its own like little country almost. It's like very it's its own bubble for sure.
It's 100% its own bubble where people think that being a DJ in your 30s is something to aspire to, and we are here to tell you that we live in reality and it's not.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to be a DJ for fun, go for it. I would not aspire to it to be your career. It
No,
doesn't make
unless of
sense.
course you are Steve Aoki.
I was staying in Toronto, I think last fall, and we were in this like Verbo apartment rental, and someone right below us was like DJing, but it was like 3 a.m. on a Monday, and
No,
my
well,
friend,
that's when they do it.
yeah, my friend went
We used to live
downstairs.
above a DJ too, and it
Oh,
was so annoying.
yeah, because my friend went down there. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "This is our job. We're practicing." And he's like, "Do you live here? Or are you like Airbnb?"
Also, like
Yeah,
a pair of headphones would not
I
go
know.
amiss in this situation. Like this can't be the first time that a neighbor has come downstairs and been like, "Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. I
traveling
was
for work
like,
up here."
yeah, like that doesn't make any sense, dude. Like you live in an apartment, you know everyone around you can hear you. But
That's wild.
I know, yeah. He's like, this is our job.
I mean, maybe I'm underestimating how hard a hustle being an adult DJ is, but
But is it that? I mean, I guess maybe, but like it's not like he's. I was gonna say maybe he needs to hear the reverb, but it's not like he's DJing in his apartment. He's DJing somewhere
no,
else.
like if you're
So
just practicing, like you
yeah,
could put
wear
on a
some
pair of headphones.
headphones. Yeah, not necessary, guys.
Yeah,
But
actually, more than once in my life, I have like shared a wall with a person who has been a DJ, and it's always been
oh,
a problem.
that's a lot. It only happened once to me, though.
You're so lucky.
I think when I was about to move out of my last apartment in college, and I was like the last one there, and someone moved in for the summer, maybe probably early for school or something, and they would play music so loudly and so late. I don't think they were a DJ. Maybe they were because I can't
Maybe they
imagine
were
them
just
having.
like learning. They were a baby
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah, baby DJ. And I never went over there, and I should have. I was like so scared. I'm like, and then I saw them later. I'm like, they're like tiny girls. I could go yell at them, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this show, Summer House, will help you get over your fear of DJs. There's nothing serious about these
my two
people.
fears: clowns and DJs. No, I just
A
don't.
lot of clowns on this show too. Not
Oh
like
no.
actual clowns,
Yeah,
but like
but like
people
who
acting
are
foolishly.
who are clowns? Yeah. All right, so we'll have to come up with a good summer TV list for next
Yes, I
time.
mean,
But
we will be watching TV this summer, and we'll let you know what we're watching.
yeah,
And
yeah.
hopefully, some of it is wonderful.
I hope so too. But all right, well, thank you for joining us, guys, for a little.
Thank you for joining us. Please
TV.
watch Widow's Bay.
Yes.
Please send us an email at nysophilites@gmail.com if you are single and you look like an 18th century painting
That's so broad. That's so broad.
of a handsome person.
I mean, they painted everything back then.
They
So
painted a lot of things. Okay, so if
Yeah.
you look like you might be cast in like some sort of like
Either-
a BBC
Yeah.
television show about
Yeah.
the 18th century.
like Theo James was again in that show.
Like a Theo James.
Yes, anyone who looks like Theo James can
If you're
reach
a
out to
Theo
me. Yeah.
James type, we want your headshot and resume.
Yeah, we'll take it. I'll have to start wearing makeup when we record our pod so that I put my. Usually I'm just.
Yeah,
like,
no, you got to show them the goods.
I know. All right. Well,
Stay tuned for that.
stay tuned for.
And we will see you guys next week.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye.